No, she staggered and almost fell. And who could blame her? Shit. Hello, this is your Artistic Boyfriend down here. Welcome back to Find Love or Die Trying. We are going to continue. And I probably. Oh, wait. Oh, shit, which one was it? Was it the third one? Yeah, the third one. Okay. We are gonna try to finish. Let's see if we can finish it. Okay. Wait. No, wait, it wasn't this one. Alright, we're going back and doing a bunch of dates and with one with each of them and maybe escape the island? Maybe? Anyway, we're on to Yui's date. It was the first date since getting all the girls' memories back. We went for a walk out in the woods, the same date we had when we truly hadn't met again for the first time. It was a little awkward at first, figuring out how to not give away what we knew on camera, but we figured it out pretty quick. So nice to see you again. I feel the same way, Yui. After all this time, it's gotta be fate, hasn't it? It must be. To be honest, I feel a little like things are going a little over my head. This show, meeting you again, everything, it's just moving so fast. Sometimes I feel like everything's just moving too fast for me to keep up. But with you, everything feels alright, like I know it's going to be okay. Would it be okay if we just spend today this way? She leaned in closer and put her arms around me. I went a bit any other way, Yui. Wait a minute, what about getting the master key? I can tell from your face what you're thinking. Don't worry, I've got that covered. Bun bun bun. Bun 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 darted out of a nearby bush and ran to Yui's side. I forgot about this little shit. Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. She picked him up and hugged him tight. It was impossible not to smile. I almost forgot. Bun bun. Hunt. Bun 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 leapt out of her arms and dashed towards the mansion. And with that out of the way, how about we walk for a little while longer? Think about it. I wonder if Bun 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 has a pod. What just happened? She reached for my hand, then held it tight. I'd like that. We walked and talked for hours. When we took breaks, we laid next to each other on the grass, talking about anything and everything. She was a lovely girl. At times, I remembered how dire the situation we were in, and I couldn't help but freeze up. But with Yui, I'm never afraid to face those fears. She makes me braver with just a smile. Even when she couldn't ask directly about what was on my mind, she found ways to comfort me despite that. And in turn, to make her smile made me feel lighter than air. And life with her would be wonderful. I've got to make sure to get us all out of here safe. Yeah. I love you. I hope we can spend another day together just like this soon. I like that. Me too, Yui. We walked back to the mansion together, hand in hand, then went our separate ways. Hey, you would not believe what happened to me today. What happened, Cat? I got attacked by some kind of forest monster. It was at least 10 feet tall, had monstrous teeth, and there's at least 5 of them. It took everything I had not to laugh. Luckily, I managed to fight them off without any permanent injury. I made sure that for deleted footage, that shit was both embarrassing and traumatic. It's good to know. This is the worst run yet. What do you mean by that? Oh, nothing. I've just had a long day. I'll bet. You should get some rest while you have the chance. 5 forest beasts is nothing to sniff at. You're making fun of me, aren't you? Not at all. Forest beasts affect 1 in 10 people. It could happen to you. Right. I'll see you later. Good night. And we back down in the lab. Mission success. I can't believe that worked. How did you train your pet bunny to do all that? It's all thanks to our special training last night. I may have made a few contracts with a few devils from the forest, but... I'm sorry, what? I'm half kidding. Don't worry about it. Yeah, but you're half kidding. Then what part are you not kidding about then? Exactly which half? Are the keys ready to use? Not yet, which sucks. It's going to take a little longer for the makeshift plaster to set. Where'd you get the plaster from, by the way? Believe me, knowing more about how we got it will not make you any happier as a person. I'm cool with not knowing. Anyway, the keys will probably be usable by tomorrow morning, but you'll have to have your next date by then. We'll test them out as soon as it's night tomorrow. Sound good? Sound good to me. Awesome, let's go, team. How about you let the rest of the girls know? Forrest disabled the audio recordings in the house at night, so we should be good to talk back up there. I'll let them know. I walk back up the staircase back to the mansion. Where are they? I can hear some sounds from the kitchen. I'll make my way over. Hey, Violet, how are you? Goodness, apologies, I didn't see you there. You seem pretty deep in thought. What's on your mind? Besides the hundreds of different versions of memories of the same week, I'm worried for the people back home. Yui has her brothers to worry about, though she tries not to burden anyone with that feeling. Everyone has family out there, and who knows what happened to them in the last, however long we've been trapped here. I've never gone along with my parents that well, but even so, they must be worried sick. I'm sure they're doing fine, Violet, and they're going to be so happy to see you again. You're right. Though there's no way you could know that for sure, could you? I guess so, but we've got to believe, right? I suppose you're right once again. When we finally escape this dreadful place, I'm going to hold them so tight. It's kind of funny. What is? Told you I had a twin sister, right? Yeah, you did. Her name was Viola. That would be her. She was always my parents' favorite. You know the type. She came first and just about everything, while I did not. Even so, he got along just fine. I was proud to call her my sister. Then there was the accident. She saw the car before I did. She moved to protect me before I could, and in the end, she was hit before I was, and she died for it. I'm so sorry, Violet. Before then, I had no problem being second place to her. But for her sake, just that one time, I wish I had come in first. I'm oversharing on. I apologize. Oh, sorry. I apologize. It's okay, Violet. Just say what you're feeling. You're kind. It's something I adore about you, you know? After Viola died, I did my very best to live up to the standards she set for my parents. You can probably guess how well that went. I wasn't good at running the business or appearing prim and proper, or even things like finding a partner. It's a little embarrassing, really, but that's the whole reason why I came here. My parents saw an ad for the show and thought it might help me. Or perhaps they just wanted to kick me out of the house to make more room for my new baby brother. Couldn't resist a chance for them to support me for once. At times I feel like I can't do anything right. Look at how the show had developed. This is a nightmare in every regard. Violet. Yes? I held her in my arms tightly. You're an incredible woman, and believe me, there's nothing you can't do. I've seen you put the fear of God into the Brothers Five and make delicious meals that some people would probably kill for. Even if this is a nightmare, it's one we're going to get out of together, and we won't be able to do it without you. You are too kind. Thank you for I appreciate it. But enough about me. Have you remembered anything about why you came here? Unfortunately, I haven't, but I'm hoping that the Master Kiwi Pilford will help with that. I hope so, for your sake. In the event where it does not provide any answers, my previous offer about finding you help outside of here to get your memories back stands. Thanks for that. I really appreciate that. It is the least I could do. I still fancy you quite a bit, you know. I know it's not the time or place, but maybe when we get out of here, perhaps you'll join me for, say, a lovely cruise around what's left of the world. I'm looking forward to that day. As am I. Talk for a few moments longer before retiring for the night. Fronts lay in bed, not worrying about being killed. For once, I was excited for what tomorrow would bring. Only up from here. Yo, Allie, what's up? Allie, what are you... Never mind that. We gotta come down to the lab. What is it? We found something and I know you want to see it. She reached for my hand and pulled me as we ran. Everyone's here. The other guards are already there, crowded around a table with a pile of folders on top of it. What's going on? I was just looking around the lab when I stumbled across these. There are our files. I didn't read anyone's but my own, but I have to warn you, caution was the last thing on all of our minds. Most of us scrambled to find our own file, except for you, who was already holding hers and Ellie. Weird, there's no file for me here. I double-checked, but there was nothing for me. I guess I'm not getting any answers today. Ellie slowly walked to the pile, found her own, then opened it on one fluid motion. Interesting. What is it? Allie Major, sent to the island for being suspected of committing treason against the government. Selected for the experimental show for fitting the sporty girl archetype. We need one of those. It's good to know this whole get-up was a good idea. Did you know I actually fucking hate sports? I'd never seen Allie look so angry. Let's see, they got all the fake information I gave. That sounds about right. What is it? They've been taking extremely detailed notes on me for every single run of the show for the past 2 years. When I've done things I've said in private or with others, they've got notes down here on how and when I brush my teeth. I react differently when they change the show or tell me different things or nothing but lap rats to them. It's true and it's my fault. What do you mean? If I hadn't invented this machine in the first place, none of this would have happened. You couldn't have known. You really wanted to help people, and that was great. A great thing. It's not your fault someone ended up using your invention like this. If you say so. Our file says that they wiped my memories and put me on the show to make sure that no one else could build this technology? Can't even begin to understand how that could even be a reason for causing all this. I'm not sure we'd even want to understand the people who run this place. The room fell silent. I wanted to crack a joke to use attention, but it was impossible. Thank goodness. Wait, what? I'm surprised to hear you say that, Yui, of all things considered. Sorry, I know how that must have sounded. Sorry, guys. Mine's the same as Allie's. They've tracked, measured, and commented on so many things about us so many times. It feels so violating. But it's not all bad. Did I ever tell you why I came on this show? No? Why's that? I forgot. I wasn't allowed to tell you. That was one of the conditions. Conditions? To be completely transparent, the reason was money and nothing but that. Of course. It was hard enough to take care of myself without my parents, let alone 2 brothers and a whole farm. I remember now. It was Kat who reached out to me. She told me that if I came onto the show, my brothers and the farm would be taken care of for life. No, this is all horrifying, but I'm just glad she held up her end of the deal. Even if I might die here and never see them again, the stupid person would think, Yui, we're going to get out of here and see your brothers again together. Thanks, I like that. I'm curious, what kind of archetype did they list you as? The girl next door. Damn it, that sounds a lot better than gaming gremlin. Yui, Scarlet, Allie, and I laughed. At times like these, having a mood lifter like Taro around was critical. I looked at Violet, who had been sitting the whole time. Silent the whole time. She was trembling. Violet, are you... Please, God, don't let this be true. Violet fell to her knees and sobbed with her hands against her face. I rushed to her side. Are you okay, Violet? Violet threw her folder against the floor, causing the papers inside to scatter through the room. Nothing is okay. It doesn't matter if I get off this island or not. Not like you. I have nothing to go back to, no one to stand by me. There's nothing for me either way. Violet, wait. She ran to the stairs, her sobs echoed through the staircase and through the lab. I moved to follow her, but you stopped me. I think she might need some time alone. I didn't mean to look, but after her papers scattered around the room, Maybe you should just read it. Yui handed me the papers that were in Violet's file. Violet Valentine is a special case. Otherwise unremarkable, but she's the daughter of Edgar and Vane Valentine, one of our primary investors. Huh. It is my understanding that they have recently had a son and want for him to be the next heir after Viola passed. Edgar and Vane sent their remaining daughter Violet to us, full well knowing what the show would entail. They posed an incredible sum to make sure that she does not return from the show. What? Even for me, this is too cruel. It was too hard to keep reading. I closed the folder and just stared open-mouthed at Yui. There were no words. I knocked on Violet's door later that night, but it was no use. Please, just leave me alone. I'm here if you want to talk, Violet. Even if she opened the door, I would have no idea what I was supposed to say. What could anyone say? I was wrong. It's not only up from here. There's a long way down. Man, I feel so bad for Violet. Man. It's hardly a surprise, but I didn't sleep well last night. Who could after what just happened? And just like that, we're on to day 3. I gotta thank you. You're making my job easy. I actually get to spend my nights doing productive things now. I'm happy to help with that, however that works. You're right, you don't seem to have your usual energy. Careful, one slip up with Cat and this is all over. I'm good, thanks, Cat. I just didn't sleep too well. Happens to the best of us. Anyway, it goes without saying that Yui's definitely a contender for the final ceremony, We'll see. I'm not so sure just yet. Oh, really? That's a surprise. Oh, not my problem. Anyway, who's today's unlucky girl? Who do I spend it with? Or who should I be asking on a date tomorrow? Honestly, joking aside, I think you should ask Violet. Makes sense, yeah. I don't think she's in any shape to put it on a good show. I mean, we need all of us to be able to work together to get out of here, right? I don't think Violet would be able to until she's feeling better. And what better way to do that than for a date to make you feel special? Tara does have a great point. I always make great points. Like seeing if I could arm wrestle one of the zombies Scarlet made, that went great. Oh, I remember that? Wait, I was a zombie. That was not a good idea at all. Can I take my vote back? What do you think? I like the idea. We could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm sure there's something we could do to help us escape, but that we could only do on a date with Violet. I've got it. Tomorrow you'll be going on a date with Violet. Here's what you gotta do. Here we go. Violet. I've always wanted to spend more time with her, and there's no time like the present. We'll make it happen. I do have one small request, though. What's that? And will it give me ratings? I think it will. Then let's hear it. You've noticed Violet being a little down lately, so I wanted to cheer her up. I heard that she really likes cooking, especially in groups. Would you mind if we cooked with the staff at noon? I don't see why not. Let's hope it goes better than the last time. Oh, hi. Why do you bring me here? I'm in a bit of a predicament, you see. I may have made an irresponsible bet. I did not take you for a gambler. Well, I'm not, but the thing is, I heard the cooks bragging that they were the best chefs on the island. But hey, I've tried the food you made before. I know nobody else would come close to how good you are. So I may have challenged them all to a competition in your name. You're ridiculous. Violet laughed out loud. There's that smile I liked so much it was nice to see it again. Are you being serious? Dead serious. In a few hours, hundreds of staff are going to come here. Some of them are challenging cooks. Some of them are jitters, and the rest of them looking for lunch. All of them hungry. Think you're for the challenge? I am ready to crush the opposition. They will do the day they challenge me. That's the Violet I like to see. Anyway, what is the theme of this contest? I can't tell you just yet. It'll be announced when it's cooking time. And do it like a challenge. Would you care to stay with me as I prepare for the festivities? Of course, Violet. Thank you. I know why we're doing this, and I appreciate it. I'm not ready to talk about it just yet, but I feel happier already, knowing you are looking out for me. I'm always here. I'll always be here for you, Violet, and I for you as well. We spent the time before the contest just talking about pleasant things, completely unrelated to the show, completely unrelated to anything of consequence. Sometimes, when bad things happen, what you need most is just a semblance of normalcy. Oh shit. By the time noon rolled around, hundreds of staff members were filling up the kitchen. I don't want to face you, Violet, but I will if I have to. Oh, you're challenging me? Like a snail challenging the mighty eagle, you have my respect. He visited to exchange sides. You're going down, Violet. We're the Brothers 5, the best chefs on the island. What's that too? What I meant to say is, wow, you really are the best chef on the island. That's right. Damn it, bros, you can't let her intimidate you like this. If we do, she's already won. Say something for her. We will meet on the culinary battlefield, Violet. You may have my brothers running for the hills, but not me and 5. Come at me. Let us bend our forks against each other. 5, do you have anything to say? What's happening? I do hope you'll entertain me, brothers. Violet raised the pain towards them. Let us begin. It's time for the cook-off to end all cook-offs. Each cook will cook their own version of a mystery dish, a dish that I will soon reveal for the first time ever. The judges will be everyone who's not a contestant. You must be joking. There's hundreds of people here. How could we ever feed everybody? That's not my problem. And I definitely didn't come up with the rules for this tournament on the spot. Liar. Violet laughed once more. That was enough to keep the charade going. The mystery dish will be spaghetti and meatballs. Like taking candy from a baby. Not this again. Oh god, I think I'm gonna faint. Alright, didn't he fail making that? Whenever we were meeting Violet the first time. One collapsed on the ground. One down, 4 to go. Bro, I knew we should have been accountants. Why are we fooling ourselves? You each have 1 hour. No late submissions will be accepted. Let the games begin. The contestants that were still conscious rushed off to gather ingredients. How are they going to make that much food? I'm sure they'll figure out something. I watched each of them cook fiercely at breakneck speed. Violet was hard at work, sweat streaming down her face with the biggest smile I've seen her have all day. I couldn't help but smile as well. At the same time, Ford was trying to cook his spaghetti with only a microwave. I'm not sure this would be too much of a contest. 1 minute left. Violet filled hundreds of laid-out bowls with spaghetti and meatballs in a matter of moments. If you blinked, you'd miss her finish a whole row. Each looked both delicious and artistic. You would have thought a cook would have spent much longer than an hour putting each of them together. I settled on making about 4.5 bowls. I guess everyone has their own pace. Time's up. It's time to judge. The crowd cheered as they stampeded to the laid-out bowls. They were practically salivating. After everybody wolfed down bowls from each of the contestants, they submitted their vote. The people have spoken, and with a resounding majority, a first-ever winner of the Best Chef from the Island in the Middle of Nowhere award is Violet. Crowd cheered, myself included. I did it, me. I did it. Violet jumped up and down with joy. I felt like a kid in a candy store just from one look at her. You won fair and square. You should be proud of yourself. Yeah, your food was the best I'd ever had. Though, if you consider our living standards, that doesn't mean too much. Hey, I just had an idea. What if we get Violet to cook for the staff at lunch instead of us? Seriously, it's been years since we've had real food. What's that supposed to mean? Honestly, I think it's a great idea. I know I hide it well, but I really have no idea what I'm doing in the kitchen. No way, bro. Violet and I took one look at each other and couldn't help but laugh. I would love to, you guys. The crowd's enthusiasm reached a level of uproarious applause. Violet, 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 Violet. Oh, goodness, you're all too kind. I put my arm around her and smiled. Guess you got a new job now, Violet. I guess I do. Violet leaned in to kiss me on the lips. For a moment, time stood still, and the only thing you could hear was the crowd's cheer getting even louder. Violet, Violet, Violet. We laughed together. I've had so much fun today, thanks to you. Care to join me by the beach after we clean this place up? I wouldn't miss it for anything. Or for the world either. The world would pale in comparison. Hey, she reached her hand out to mine and held hers tight in return. Hey, Violet, you really gave them a great show today, you know. I couldn't have done that without my ever-so-charming television host. We walked along the beach, our feet bare in the inviting water of the ocean. Really, I'm so grateful to you. Last night, finding out what my parents did, that was the lowest point I'd ever been to. I held her hand even tighter. Honestly, I didn't see a way out escaping the island. Not everything seemed like a dead end. But today you helped me remember that even without them, I still got me. And I liked me quite a bit. You really are incredible, Violet. That was all you. With you. Violet mumbled something under her breath. Sorry, what was that? Sorry, let me try again. I know I'd be fine on my own, but I'd like me better if I was with you. When we get out of here, I do hope you join me for that cruise. She kissed me again. It felt like magic. Violet, She put her finger against my lips. Shh. I know it's not quite the time for this conversation yet. But please do remember what I've said when this is all over. Do you mind if we walk for just a little longer? I don't want this thing to end. I'll walk with you for as long as you'd want to. You can walk till the sun comes up. We can talk about anything and everything. So how about we start with planning our cruise together? That would be lovely. Walk together till the dead of night. There's nothing less than magical. And we back here. Just after we came back, a huge storm hit outside. We just missed it. Hope you two enjoyed your day today. I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's time we get this show on the road. Ellie took out the master key from her pocket, spun it around the ring with her finger, and then put it in the locked door. And we're in. She turned the lock and then pulled the door open. Well, the door's a little heavier than I thought it would be. It must be soundproof or something. Whatever, let's go. Oh man, not another staircase. They would have saved so much money if they just put this on the main floor. But it wouldn't be very secret then, would it? Secret schmeecret, it's behind a locked door. I guess you have a point. So there was another staircase. It wasn't nearly as long as the one to the lab. We were walking down the steps for only a few moments when we saw where it led. This has to be it. What's it? Oh, well, that cat told me that all the information on this island was stored in books, didn't use anything digital or with the internet. I think I remember that too. Well, it's bullshit. They're an evil corporation intent on world domination through fear and control. Of course they have the internet. And I think we just found our way into their closet, skeletons and all. Seems like a pretty big deal. That's an understatement. The information in here could change the tide of the war. It could give the resistance a real fighting chance, I think. But there's more than that, too. What do you mean? My dad, mom, and my brother got taken by these guys a long time ago. I don't even know if they're still alive. I was too young to really understand what was happening. If there's anything that could help me find them again, or at least find out what happened to them, it's in this computer. That was the real reason I came here, the whole reason I risked everything. What if it doesn't have what I'm looking for? What if... Ellie. You ran to Ellie's side and hugged her tightly. It's going to be okay. You believe in me, right? She took deep breaths. I'm sorry you had to see that I'm okay now. Thanks, Yui. I didn't do anything. Are you ready? Let's do this. I looked to Violet as Ellie prepared to turn the computer on. She looked as concerned as I did, but we couldn't let it show. The screen lit up with a single message. Password required. Of course there's a password. Why wouldn't there be a fucking password? Well, I did think it was going a little too smoothly. I'm not giving up just yet, though. She tried a few different passwords on the keyboard, but none of them worked. Damn it, I bet only Damien or Ken know this. There's no way we could just ask them. Silence fell upon the room. It can't end like this, it just can't. I got an idea. It's not going to involve wrestling zombies again, is it? Hey, I've had better ideas than that. What I mean to say is that I think I have a way to crack the code. I'm a programmer. I can make something that could try all the possibilities for the password. It'll take some time, especially if it locks me out after too many attempts, but eventually I'll get the password. Though there's no guarantee we'll get the answers before the show was over. It's a lot better of a shot than I thought we had. I went over to Tara and hugged her tightly. Thank you, you awesome little you. Oh, this is nice. Feel free to compliment me more. In the meantime, the rest of us can try to figure out what the password will be as well. That reminds me, I need to tell you guys something important. What's that? I have our escape plan. She took out the master key and held it out for us to see. There's a hidden hangar found on the beach. There's a little further from where I first found the plane. Now that we have the key and we know that it works, we can use it to disable the hangar security, commandeer a plane, and fly the hell out of here. We practically jump for joy. I can't believe it, we're almost out of here. It's been a long time coming. Well, soon, but not just yet. With this storm raging, there's no way we're getting anywhere tonight, at least the ball off the ground. But if there's clear skies tomorrow night, that's where we'll be. What about the computer? Don't you need to crack it before we go? Yeah, what about your family? Well, that'd be the ideal case, but honestly, I've gotten to know you guys and care about you guys, and I decided that it's more important to save the people I care about that are right in front of me than chase a pipe dream. No, I won't accept it. If I were in your shoes and I was looking for my brothers and I just gave up looking for them, I'd regret it forever, and I know you would too. But I can't ask you guys to stay here any longer. Ugh. We're in danger if we stay here. Huey speaks for us too. To have a family that you really care about, and that cares about you too, you can't give up on that. We're not going anywhere until we crack that code, even if it takes till the last day. Guys, no, I can't allow it. I won't take that chance with you guys, with your lives. I'm not backing down on this. What do you think? I say, yeah, we need to take the chance, Allie. I think you need this. Guys, take a chill pill for a second. I'm a programming god, best of the best. I'm going to have that code cracked by tomorrow, and that's a promise. So don't worry, okay? I love you guys, thank you so much, really. Why are you thanking all of us? I'm the one who has to write the code and shit. We laughed together, something that I thought might have been impossible after the initial bad news. Inhale. When I say inhale. We're in this together and we're getting out of here. Getting out together. No one gets left behind. After we called it a night, I laid in bed deep in thought. Who would have thought I could have ended today feeling inspired after everything that happened last night? We've got this. One more thing before we turn in for the night. What's up, Tara? I got caught up in the heat of the moment earlier, and... oh no. I got no idea. No. I do not like where this is going. I have to do this, cause... I remember that all I know about hacking are videos of people typing really fast and saying, I'm in. And... yeah... I practically flew out of bed. Thank God it was just a nightmare. What does it take to get a good night's sleep on a killer dating show? Come on. Okay. That was just a night. That wasn't... okay. A little worried there for a second that I would have to go back and load the save. What are you smiling about? Yesterday's date with Violet. It just feels like things are going my way lately. Yesterday's date with Violet still has me feeling as giddy as a little kid. It's almost like there's perks to being on the killer dating show. Well, don't get too comfortable. You still got a few days left, and then it's back on to the regular. I'm looking forward to that. I bet better sooner than later. You cost me too much to keep around. Anyway, the $1,000,000 question. Who's today's lucky girl? That'd be... she said lucky girl instead of unlucky girl. She's never said lucky girl. She's always said unlucky. Huh. Tomorrow is going to be either Tara or Allie. It's probably best if we go with Tara. But doesn't Tara need time to crack the code? I already finished making the code breakers. It's trying every password as we speak. No guarantee it'll finish before we're both done our dates, but it's worth a shot. Thank you, Tara. Don't worry about it. Besides, I think it's better if we save your date for last. Why is that? I don't know. You're some super spy from some super secret organization. You definitely got bigger heist potential than I do. I don't know about that, but sounds good to me. I'll use the time to prepare some contingency plans. Scarlet, Violet, you am going to need you guys for this. I'm happy to provide assistance. You bet. I'll help however I can. Sweet, alright, right. What's up? I didn't just build a codebreaker, I built a game that works with it too. What do you mean? She handed me her console. I just looked it up real quick. It looks like a code-breaking game, but really it works directly with the computer we found. If you get the password right in this game, you'll have access to the computer. Makes sense? Amazing, I can't believe you whipped up something so fast. It wasn't hard. It was just a big middle finger to my mom, who thought all my screen time was a waste of time. Anyway, I figured we can play this game here and there during our date. Try whatever passwords come to mind. Obviously not for the whole day because ratings and all, but as much as we can. Sounds like a plan. Sounds good to me, Tara. I'm a genius. She cackled maniacally. You are. I'd like to spend today with Tara. Is that so? Well, we'll make it happen. Trying to spend all of it playing games, though. Believe it or not, that isn't what viewers want in a primetime slot. No promises, but I'll try my best. Pretty much, but I'll take it. Sorry, Cat, that's pretty much the plan. Hey, you up to play some games? I'd love to, but Kat wants to do some other games. It is sweet. There's no stopping Tara when she puts her mind to something. We started playing together in the games room while making pleasant conversation. Normal enough to seem like a regular conversation, cryptic enough to disguise what we were trying to do. Tara and I never went on crazy adventures like I did with Allie. Didn't make moments with her any less special. If I forget that we're trying to hack into some confidential database, it really is like a fun day at home with your partner. How about Tara is the best? Nice further shot. Nope, doesn't work. The nerve of them. Tara rules. That's a miss. Was the T capitalized? Maybe add a 0123 at the end. Thank goodness we have the code breaker running in the background. Time to switch gears with the cats and footage to work with to keep us alive. Good God, why the sun? Could go on without me. Okay, maybe this wasn't the best idea. Some way or another, we ended up back inside the mansion, huh? And there's nothing wrong with that. I guess you're right. And for a few more rounds of that game you just played. Sure. How about Damien Black Sucks? Nope, doesn't work. Cat Black Sucks. Not that either. How about my name? Oh, come on, now you're just guessing. Like I wasn't before. Oh, I'll try it. The two of us looked at each other like deer in the headlights. What? We cheered as if our favorite team just won a sporting event. Wait a minute, why would the password be your name? It doesn't make any sense. I guess it's as good as yours. Maybe we'll find out tonight. I hope so. Well, I think I've had enough games for today. I never thought I'd hear you say that, Tara. I'm full of surprises. We can spread the good news after. How about we try something new today? Something outside. Sounds like a plan to me. Awesome, let's go. We ended up going back inside a minute later, but the rest of the day with Tara was still a lot of fun. So it was joy spending time with Tara. And we're in. The password prompt closed with a satisfying ding-dong. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. Why would there be a folder called homework? Oh, don't. Yeah, definitely a porn folder name. Tara's about to open it until Ali intervened. Do you mind if I take a look? Forget why we're here for a sec. Forget why we were here for a second. Sure. Let's see. Ali started going through folders, databases, reports, anything that could be useful. At the same time, Tara started downloading all the files to her console. Doesn't look like there's anything here about why my name was the password. All the rest of us could do was give Ali and Tara the space they needed. Seems like it's only going to be up from here, team. I was worried for Ali, especially if we couldn't get into the computer, but it looks like we got it after all. It's too soon to say anything, but I do hope you're right. Let's not jinx it. So what's the first thing you're going to do when we're out of here? I thought we weren't going to jinx it. I'm going to get straight back to helping people the way I know best. Nothing changed in that regard. That is a lovely aspiration. Do me a favor, make sure your adventures don't get used on yourself again. I mean, it's not like I was trying to, okay? I admire how you can be so sure. As excited as I am to leave the place, I am not quite sure what I'll be doing after. It's totally okay, Violet. That's part of the fun of life, just figuring it out as you go. I suppose so. Violet looked at me and smiled. That's pretty much my plan at this point, too. Guess who turned back? Guess who's back, bitch? What Tara wants to say is, we did it. I've got everything I need to help turn the tide of the war, and I know where my family is, and they're alive. I never seen Allie so happy. She jumped towards me and hugged me. Oof. It's fantastic. It's such a relief. I'm so happy for you, Allie. Good job, Tara. You cracked the code not all at once now. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you so much. We didn't have to wait this long to leave, but you guys did it for me and my family. I can't even ever thank you enough. She pulled out the master key from her back pocket and swirled it around her right hand. You guys ready to get out of here? Actually, I was thinking of staying here for the rest of my life. Not having internet is the best thing ever. I couldn't agree more. Let's get out of here. After you, Allie. This feels too smooth. Going there, I don't know. We followed Allie out of the mansion through the forest to the hangar. Oh, I did not see this. Granted, I don't go outside. Don't blame me, it's pretty out of the way. Not that we have to worry about it now. Allie pulled out the master key and swirled it around her right hand. She walked to the door of the hangar and put the key into its lock. She tried to turn it, but it didn't work. She tried a few more times, but the lock refused to budge. I don't understand. I can't use this key everywhere, including here. They must have changed the locks. Does this mean we're stuck here? I don't. It was rare that Allie tripped over her words. It hurt to see her so defeated. I don't know. An uncomfortable silence fell over us. Am I going to die here? Are all of us? No, we are not out of this just yet. I refuse to give up again. But we can't get into the hangar. There's no way to break in without triggering the alarms. For now, yes, but getting in later is a different story. If I remember correctly, whenever you went on a third date with him, you would fly a plane together. Well, I'm assuming the plane was you two. It's just like you to try something crazy and drag in him. I couldn't refute that. That was definitely us. How we never died on those plane rides, I'd never know. That means the staff don't mind if you take the plane during the date, which means we should be able to ask for the key temporarily. You'd still be able to get the plane. It just has to be during tomorrow's date. There'd be way more staff around than usual, but we still have a chance. Exactly, the rest of us can be relatively close by, perhaps at the beach to avoid suspicion. Then, when you get to the plane, we run over, you pick us up, and we are out of here. This could work. It's better than how I planned it out, anyway. I was worried for a second there, but it was for nothing. We've got this. We'd be in a tight spot without you. It is a team effort. But each of us here, we would be stuck here with no chance of escape, I'm sure. Speak for yourself. I'm sure I could get out of here on my own. It would shut down the second you reach the beach, Sarah. It's like that maybe teamwork makes a dream work. We laughed together. The mood was indefinitely better than it was just a few moments ago. Spent the rest of the night talking through the details of the plan, including what we do if the unexpected happened. One thing was for sure, though, we weren't giving up on getting out of here. It all ends tomorrow. What do you know? You actually made the last one-on-one date. How are you feeling? Pretty good, honestly. Yeah. I'm excited to see how a day with Allie will be. Oh, you've got a real surprise in store. She has all of us in the crew working extra hard to prepare a special date for you. And by all of us on the crew, I mean the Brothers 5. How about you go find her and spend some time together while we set things up for you? Sounds like a plan, Kat. Let's see. Oh, looks like she's by the beach. Guess that's where I'm heading. Don't do anything we can't air. Murder is okay, but God forbid someone takes their top off. I waved to Kat as I went on my way. Just as Kat said, Allie was by the beach. She was looking out at the ocean. Morning, Allie. It's always nice to see you. The difference between Allie's voice during the day and night was like day and night. I guess we do have to worry about the cameras, but still, it takes some getting used to. I know it's going to be tough to type your previous dates with all the other girls, but I think I have a good shot. I'm looking forward to it, Allie. You better be. We've been saving the best for last. She reached for my hand. Walk with me? I reached for her outstretched hand. It'd be my pleasure. The two of us walked around the beach for a while, getting to know each other. So what will you be doing when the show's over? First thing I'm going to do is say hey to my family again and make them a nice dinner. I'm sure they've gone sick with worry in the week since I've been gone. I wonder what they're thinking now. It's been at least 2 years since then. Kat was right. Sometimes not remembering is a blessing. Allie doesn't have that luxury. Anyway, I've got a surprise for you. Come on. She pulled me along by the hand into the forest. I have to say, Allie's really impressed me. Of course, it was her deliberate plan to come to the forest and get to the hangar, but she made it seem so spontaneous. You're going to love it. I saw it in the same moment she did. It was all we could do was stand and watch. No, she staggered and almost fell. And who could blame her? Shit. The hangar was engulfed in warming flames. The heat was incredible. There was no way either of us could take another step toward the hangar without being burned alive. The stench of burning oil assaulted me without mercy. We were at a loss for words, and in front of all those flames was her, walking away from the flames. Somehow I just knew it was her. Sorry, Allie, Cat, there's been a small change of plans. I'm sure you can tell, but we've had a few snacks with the hangar. How about you spend your day on the ground instead? Oh, you bitch. I want to scream. I want to attack her with every bone in my body. I'm attacking. I attack her. As soon as I took one step towards her, I could feel a hand pulling me back. It's Allie. A look from her says everything. You can't do this. And she's right. I can't afford to put everyone in danger. To hold myself back from giving away what this plane meant to me took all the strength I had. I need to calm down. Cat might be able to read my face and see that. Sounds fine to me, Cat. I'm just glad you're safe. What happened? We're still looking into it. Well, either way, there's nothing we can do about that. How about we go somewhere else? She reached for my hand and held it tight. How could she smile like this at me? Of course, Allie. For the rest of the day, Allie and I put on the performance of a lifetime. Though our faces were all smiles and laughter, we knew now more than ever that we were trapped in Cat's macrobit. How do you say that? Puppet show. And Cat loved to make us dance. She must have known we were trying to escape, but how? Did we make a mistake? Did Ford give us away? Should we have ever trusted him in the first place? Who can I trust now? Time is ticking and the end of the show looms closer and closer. Simon's supposed to meet with the group, but what would we even do? There's no way we can escape. Our last chance died with the hangar. Should I just make a break for it? No, I'd never make it, and the others would suffer from my mistake. What do I do? You don't look so good. What do you want? I'm not in a great mood right now. Can we talk later? You're not much for acting, are you? Look, I already know about you and your plan to escape. Of course she fucking knew. My blood ran cold. You know, take the plane and fly away from here. It wasn't hard to figure out. I tried to say something in my defense, but my voice wouldn't come out. That's all I could do to stand wide-eyed. I know you and the others found the lab, got your memories back. Well, at least the others did. And I know that every night you all work together to try to find a way out. I mean, of course I know. And the reason why you got this far. Is she on our side or not? I don't know. What do you mean? Just follow me. You'll save all of us time. I walked to the locked room near the games room, took out her master key and spun it around. You never really thought a bunny could take a key from me, right? Honestly, I don't know what to believe anymore. She opened the door. The others were inside looking as surprised as I was. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't kill you right now, Cat. How about two? First, your inside man was never four. It was... Oh my god. Oh my god. Really? I mean, come on, he wouldn't be smart enough for something like this. Second, you only ever had a chance of escaping this island because of me. Newsflash, Allie, those tanks never just bug out. You're the one who let me out of my tank. The one and only. Allie was at a loss for words, and I was no different. What do you want, Cat? Honestly, the same thing as you guys. I want all of this crazy. I want out. I want you guys to include me in your little escape plan. What do I have something on my face? As hard as it is to believe, the list of people who want to stay on this island is pretty short. Oh no, we can't trust you. I'm not sure how, but I remember I tried to escape with you before. I trusted you, I even fell for you. Even 5 girls isn't enough, unbelievable. And then you betrayed me and shot me. There's no way we could trust you. You're just going to stab us in the back. Is that true, Cat? I'm ashamed to say it is, but I didn't have a choice. You know how it is with Damon. It doesn't matter if you share the same blood. He'll take the people you love hostage and use them to force you to dance to his little tune. So I was right. So Damien really is the whole mastermind of this entire thing. And Cat is just like under his wing. Or strings, I guess. Sorry I betrayed you. I really am. But if I had to do it again, I'd do it again in a heartbeat because There was someone I needed to save. I know I must look like the villain to you, but believe me, I have people I care about too. If you're so compassionate, how come you burned up our only way out of here? You're lucky I did. If you'd actually flown as planned, you'd all be at the bottom of the ocean right now. What do you mean? As the Crow triggered demons, he knew there was a chance that people on this show would recover their memories and try to escape. So he made us build the hangar and the plane. It's the one place anyone trying to escape would go. Exactly. I told you in the past, Allie, never fly that plane or take the boat out of sight of this island. If you did, you'd have blown up like fireworks. Okay, yeah, it makes sense then. That Allie and I were in that plane, which was a little more than a flying death trap, sent to chill down my spine. Look, the simple reality is you need me to escape. Without me, you won't even make it past the barrier. What barrier? Exactly. And though I hate it, I need you guys to help me and us escape. She reached her hand towards me for a handshake. Allies? Let's discuss first. Cat leaned against a wall while the rest of us debated what to do. Can I really trust her? This might just be another trap. It's not like it'd be the first by her you... Am I reading that correctly? It's not like it'd be the first by her you fall in... First trap by her you'd fall into. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. You're right. That said, it's not like we have much to lose at this point. Even if she'd done terrible things to us in the past, we still need her to escape. You alright, Allie? I'm fine, I'm just angry at myself. Hey, don't beat yourself up about it. We're still alive, that's what counts. She's right, you know. And I'm not sure how I'm feeling right now either, but we're alive. That counts for something. You're right. And as much as I hate to say it, I think we need Cat's help, trustworthy or not, if we want to stay that way. Okay, here's the big one. The big one. Yeah, but we'll need to keep an eye on her. I couldn't say it better myself. Alright, Cat, if you want our help, you're going to need to answer a few questions. Ask away. What the hell is this sick show for? And why have you been forcing us to repeat it over and over? As someone from the Resistance, it should be obvious to you. This is just one of hundreds of killing shows we air, shows that keep people scared, that keep people from organizing against the government. You want to paralyze people with fear, you broadcast exactly what will happen if you rise up. You monsters, you know that? I don't disagree with you, but we're not in charge here. Some of us still have families to lose, Allie. Continue. Before we air each show, we test them internally on test audiences to see what kind of ratings they bring for the fortunate and what kind of despair they bring for the less fortunate. If they tested well enough, we'll air it. If it wasn't efficient... But we couldn't just film a killing show over and over again to see which version of it rated best. You can't bring people back from the dead. It was the same for the test audiences. You couldn't just make them watch multiple versions of a show as they'd remember previous versions that would influence their opinions. There's no way to test multiple versions of a show without losing the feeling their lives were really in danger. But the memory of your writer would have changed that. It did. We were able to reuse everybody, our volunteer actors, the test audiences. Since we could just make people forget what happened, we could film run after run of the show, where each was as if it were the first time to all of you. And that's exactly what we've been doing here for the last 2 years. 2 years? Was a lot to hear. I had a feeling, but to know that people looked at us like we were nothing but lab rats, well, I genuinely was afraid for my life. It's sickening. We were silent for a while. If you've been testing the show this long, when's the real thing? There is no real thing. It's only what version tests the best. That said, there's only so much that Damien is willing to spend on the show, and that time is almost up. That's the last run on the show. If you don't escape before the end, you're all as good as dead. I know Damien and I've said that we'd let you and your chosen partner go if you achieve good enough ratings, but it's a lie, isn't it? Yeah. I'm sorry, everybody this long tried to help you guys. I've been too scared to risk it all, but I have nothing left to lose now. She extended her hand to me for a handshake. Allies? At least till we're out of here? I don't really have a choice this time either, huh? If you wanted to, you could report us right now. That's true, and my word would count for far more than all of yours. But that wouldn't save the person I need to. Like it or not, we have to work together. Then it's a deal. Allie shook Kat's hand. Kat, are you sure you don't want to? My fine, Scarlet, it's not important anymore. We don't have any kind of waste. If you say so. Anyway, the only time we can escape is the last day of the show, between midnight and just before the sun goes up. That's when the boat comes to welcome the newly engaged couple, and that's the only way off this island alive. It also doubles as a supply ship. We use it to replenish between each run of the show. Are there no other planes on the island, a boat would be far slower. Unfortunately, it's not so easy. There's a protective shell around the island which performs two functions. First, it renders us invisible to satellite. It's the reason why your people couldn't find us, Allie. Second, if anything bigger than a human being tries to get in or outside the barrier, it'll get fried unless it's emitting a compatible IFF signal. The only way off the island that will have that signal is the boat. I'm betting it'd be heavily guarded. Well, yes, but not from people on it. The ship itself will be run by a skeleton crew. It's the staff on the island who we'll have to watch out for. That still leaves the question of how we'll deal with them. Last time I checked, there's hundreds of them, not even 10 of us. Actually, it might not be so hard after all. I got a plan that just might work. Though I have to admit, it's a little crazy. I like the sound of that. If it involves zombies again, I'm out. The way he explained her plan to us with a renowned confidence that could inspire anyone to believe. Luckily, we saw it tomorrow, so we have just the amount of time we need. This just might work, Yui. You're a mad genius. It's crazier than anything I'd imagined crazy enough to work. Let's get to work. Wait, were we even listening to the same plan? The others went their separate ways to help prepare for Violet's plan. But Kat stayed. Our business wasn't finished just yet. What's up? How am I supposed to trust you? I want to trust you, Kat. I really do, but you've burned me before. How could I ever trust you now? That's fair. The only thing I can say to try to make you trust me is that we both have people we care about, and that if you don't escape, then the person I care about will go down with you. I'm not asking for you to put your neck out for me. You'll never have to. I'm asking for you to help somebody that you've never met and you never will. Somebody innocent. It's strange. Someone has put me through hell, treated me like a lab rat, and more, yet somehow I think she's telling the truth. Honestly, it doesn't really matter if you do trust me. You'll see it tomorrow that I'm going along with Violet's plan either way. I'll trust you, Kat. I'm sorry for yelling at you earlier. Don't be. I literally shot you. I think that earns you the right to be angry and more, no? I've gotten to know you over these past years, not for more than a couple weeks straight, but I got to know you. And I think you're rude and manipulative, and I have no problem lying to my face. Hey, can we skip to the part where you compliment me? You're also incredibly crass. You keep secrets from everybody and vanished. But I don't think you're a bad person. Every time the show ran, you always talked to me to make me feel like I wasn't alone. You made sure I never lost hope. I know that was never part of the job. You didn't have to do that. Yet, you did it over and over. It must have been so tiring to do that over and over, full well knowing that we were doomed. I don't know why you're doing all this, but I believe that you do care about helping people. I'm flattered. But you've got me wrong. What do you mean? Everything I've ever done for you, the others, it's been for my own selfish reasons. It just happens to land up nicely. Though I appreciate the compliment, unlike before, I couldn't tell if she was telling the truth. We went our separate ways shortly after. I spent the rest of the night helping the others with preparing for the plan. I was exhausted when I went back to my room, but I still couldn't fall asleep for several hours. It's as if something's on the tip of my tongue, but I just barely can't grasp it. Yet somehow I know I'm closer than I've ever been. Kat was true to her word. Instead of having another date on the 6th day of the show, she planned a huge party for the staff instead. A thank you for all your hard work party. As soon as she told her staff that Violet would be cooking for the event, all of them dropped everything and helped prepare for it. While the staff prepared for the party around during the day, each of us were hard at work, making sure other parts of it went well. Violet cooked mountains of food as if her life depended on it. In truth, it did. Yui was playing games with the staff outside. It didn't take long for her to become a fast favorite for them. I am pretty sure half the staff were playing games just so they could get her to notice them, and she knew it. I have to admit it, I'm really impressed by Yui. Her plan is really coming together. Tara and Scarlet joined forces to make sure all the staff joined the festivities. Tara used Cat's producer room to find any stragglers who hadn't joined the festivities. As Tara found them one by one, Scarlet turned on the charmer and made sure that they came with her to the party. Then when it was time for Scarlet to switch to her other mission, Allie took over, though I'm sure she employed more force than charm. Meanwhile, I ran around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to make sure every part of our plan was going smoothly. And for once it did. A few hours later, we had every staff member on the island partying their lights out. Everybody's here? You bet. You should have seen the ones that tried to run. I made sure everyone who came stayed too. Perfect, everybody's eaten. As they should have. It is fine food. Looks like it's all going according to plan. I'm just gonna go ahead and get to the fun part. Scarlet pulled out a remote from her pocket and pressed the button on it. A few seconds later, fireworks were shooting right into the night sky above the party grounds. The cheers of the staff were like thunder. And with that, the plan is going as smoothly as can be. Great job, team. We owe you one, Yui. Right back at you, Allie. He cheered as fireworks after fireworks lit up the night sky. Oh, are fireworks supposed to be this bright? Come to think of it, these fireworks are practically blinding. I'd say I did a pretty good job with these fireworks. Though there might be some side effects to watching them from so close. Let's worry about that later. The fireworks were the signal to those trying to escape that there was nothing left to do except wait. It's going to be a long night. I know what we said before, but it'd be such a shame to spend tonight just worrying about what may happen tomorrow. We might live, we might die, same as any other day. But instead, we just dance the night away. You know what? That sounds great. That sounds lovely. Let's do it. Come on, let's dance like there's no tomorrow. Yuck. Don't be like that, Tara. It'd be good for us to blow off some steam. Dancing sounds like exercise, and exercise. Allie picked up Tara over her shoulder. And away we go. Come on. Scarlet grabbed my hand and pulled me with her to where people were dancing. The others followed close behind. They sure are carefree, huh? Some things never change. Maybe we'll get out of here tomorrow. Maybe we won't. I hope we do, though. I'd like to think that one day we'll look back and remember this day. It's the most fun night I've ever had out of the nights that I can remember. We lived like there was no tomorrow. Now we'll find out if there is a tomorrow for us. We waited in the darkness for hours, waiting for the boat to come. The plan was simple, yet had no room for error. First, we needed to make sure the boat really was coming. It's later than usual. You think they're onto us? No, it will just be a little longer. It's cold. There's no point in worrying at this point. If they're onto us now, we're already dead. All we can do is wait. We waited for an hour more, and then another. We were losing hope. I guess It's here. Cat pointed toward the ocean. We all looked in unison. Just as she said, the boat was coming. It looked huge despite how far it was. It must be massive from up close. Alright, it's only going to be a few minutes before it reaches the shore. Let's book it back to the mansion. Second, we need to get back to the mansion before the boat reaches the shore. From what Cat told us, the staff will physically inspect the mansion to make sure we're there. We can't rely on overriding the feeds. If we're not there, they'll sound the alarm, and our chance of escaping will go from slim to nil. According to Cat, it's how I got caught last time. We made it back to the mansion and rushed to our respective rooms. I turned off the light, then jumped under the bed and pretended to be asleep. A few months later, I heard the sound of somebody opening a door. It must be them. There was a mechanical rhythm to it. Footsteps. A door would open, more footsteps. Short pause, footsteps again. Door. Close, repeat. Over and over, closer and closer until it got to my room. I tried my best to make my breathing sound natural. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Footsteps. A second later, my door opens until there's probably about 5 people. Breathe in. They're walking closer to me. Breathe out. I can tell 2 of them are in front of me. They're muttering something under their breath. You have to pity her. Come on, she can do better. Rude. Breathe in. Hey, something's wrong. It feels like my heart stopped. Breathe out. moving closer to me step by step. What's that? Breathe in. I think it takes everything I have not to move when every nerve in my body screams to run. This is it, they're onto me. I can't help but ball up my fist in my hand. Never mind, we're done for the night. Let's head out. Sounds good to me. I hear them walk further away from me than outside the room. Finally, they close the door. I breathe out like I never before. On to the next part of the plan. We regrouped downstairs. That wasn't so difficult, was it? Like taking candy from a baby. Wait, where's Tara? I'll go check on her. Watch. I think she's just probably actually sleeping. Except on cue, Tara came running down the stairs. I'm good, don't worry about it. I definitely didn't fall asleep. I knew you would. I didn't buy it, and the rest of us didn't either. Alright, back to the problem at hand. We may have avoided detection for now, but now there's going to be upwards of 100 guards on patrol between here and the boat. There's little to no chance we can all make it there without being seen, but it's a chance not to take. Not sure we have just a thing for that. Courtesy of Scarlet and I. What's that? Well, we went through all the trouble preparing such a big party for all the staff. It'd be a shame if we didn't give them a little extra to chew on, no? You didn't. Oh, she did. It was like an absurd scene from an art house movie gone mad. Oh, fuck. Brains. Bananas? Brains and bananas. Grrr, brains. Accounting should have. Grrr. Hundreds of zombies littered the field. You know, I can't believe we ever let you make shit, Scarlet. You better be glad that you did. Now that I think about it, couldn't we have just put Sleeping Agent or something like that in it? Where's the fun in that? Well, we still have to go past them to get to the boat, right? Don't worry about it. We've had a fair share of experience in taking down zombies. Something about that rubs me the wrong way. Don't worry about it. Let's be on our way. We managed to sneak out of the mansion without so much of a fuss. As soon as we get into the forest, it was smooth sailing. There were just a few zombies in there. To be honest, how much Scarlet enjoyed herself taking them down was more concerning. I'll worry about that when we get off this island. For now, I'll focus on getting out of here. A few moments later, we made it to the beach. The boat was clear in sight. Wow, it's huge. Let's not waste any time. We rushed into the ship and ran straight for the captain's deck. You guys wait here. It's practically guaranteed that the engine's been tampered with and I need to fix it. If I know my father, he'll do it just the way it was last time. You know what? Come with me in this case. Maybe that's where the crew members are. Lead the way. It was pitch black inside. Cat had to shine the light to see anything. Strange, where are they? Well, let's not look a gift horse in the mouth. Found it. Chalk it up to my dad outsourcing everything to the grunts. This is child's play to me now. Cat got to work fixing the engine. Watch my back. Well, we still don't know if we're in the clear. This is going to take a minute. Got it. I turned around and kept a lookout. It was almost impossible to see anything, though. Since when were you a mechanic? Honestly, since my first failed escape. I had to teach myself there isn't exactly a trade school on this island. If I hadn't, I'd never been able to help anybody escape this island. I'm sorry I didn't trust you before, Cat. I get it now. Why you did what you had to. Keep talking like that and you'll raise a death flag for the both of us. Jeez. We can talk more later if you'd like. In the meantime, this boat is fixed. Nice. Let's tell the others and get the hell out of here. We ran back to the others and told them the good news. At the same time, Cat revved up the engine of the boat. We were good to go. We really jumped for joy as the boat started to move. Gosh, I can't believe we're really doing this. We're finally getting out of here. It is hard to believe, but it is true. We did it. Now you don't have to thank me all at once. We really did it. Thank you, Cat. You really saved us. You did it. We wouldn't be able to get to this point if it weren't for you. There's no need to thank me. Actually, you should apologize that I didn't do anything sooner. Oh, fuck. The intercom rang out. Cat turned white as a sheet when we heard a voice that was all too familiar. No. Damn it. Damien. Ding, ding, ding. Guess you learned at least something in school, Cat. Not even enough, clearly, but hey, it's something that's got to win a participation ribbon somewhere. You knew Wodehouse planning. Of course I did, dearie. I made you. I know exactly how you think. And I have to thank you. Your mother will be proud of the show you've given us these last 2 years. What? Oh, I'm sorry, did I forget to tell you? While you were busy filming him and those other bitches, my team was filming your brave attempts to save these idiots. Gives the audience a little more reason for why they should stay in line, you know? After all, if I do this to my own daughter, imagine what I'd do to someone who wasn't. You're a monster. Flattery will get you nowhere, Kit Kat. Well, it doesn't matter now. Do whatever the hell you want. We're getting out of here. We fixed the boat, and there's nothing you can do to stop us now. We're getting out of here. Saying garbage like that is probably it's just playing with fire, love. The earth started to shake even though we were on the boat. I could tell the island was rumbling. In the distance, a metal barrier slowly rose out of the ocean all around the island. It climbed higher and higher till it cast a shadow over the boat. Higher and higher until the only daylight we could see was just from a circle above us. We were trapped. How will you play a game, little rats? Damien spoke down to us from some kind of holographic screen on the walls. He gestured to some kind of machine behind him in what looked like a strange kind of stadium. I've got myself a little switch here that controls the barrier. One push of this and you'll be free to go. It'd be easy for you to waltz on in and flip it. You've got rid of all the security, but this switch is only going to work if you have two people's handprints with producer level clearance. Sure, you got Cat, but you'll never be able to get mine. He pulled out the same gun I've been shot with before. No, don't let that stop you from trying. The hologram disappeared with a click, leaving us in an uneasy silence. Our hands are tied. We have no choice but to go back. Hello, he's got a gun. He can take us all down before we even have a chance to grab him. We've got no choice, though. If we wait here, it's only a matter of time before they can send people after us. I guess we have to head back to the beach. Let's turn this around. We've got an ass to kick. No, that's exactly what Damien wants you to do. And true, the turning around part, or the ass kicking. I'll leave that to your imagination. Damien has a script that he wants to see play out. People try to revolt, fail, and get killed. I guarantee you, if we do just that, he has a plan for it. He'll find some kind of way to turn us against each other, and then none of us will be making it out of here alive. Even so, we can't just stay here and wait until we're out of time. He and I will go flip the switch. Besides, we're the only two people here who can do anything about it. What do you mean by that? I thought only you and Damien. I'll explain on the way. There's no time. Are you ready to run? I won't allow it. There's no way we are letting him go back there without us. You said it, sister. I'm not letting you all lose your one chance of getting out of here. Scarlet, please. You know exactly what Damien is capable of. I don't like this cat. I know. Let them go. Believe me, I hate this. I hate this to my core, but Cat's right. Cat didn't waste a moment. She reached for my hand. Before I knew what was happening, we ran off the boat together and back to the mansion as fast as we could. I was running on pure instinct like my body had done this before countless times. I looked back to the boat just once, but I couldn't help but linger for a moment. I could tell from their faces that they wanted to be running with me, not waiting for us to come back. I'm going to make Damien pay for making them suffer like this. We went back to running. I followed Cat's lead. It's earlier than I planned, but there's no time like the present for exposition about your past. It'll be good to know why I'm running with you. Why I happen to be resistant to bullets. We'll find out if you are together. Though, if you look at your history, I'd say no. Hey, I survived the time you shot me. I'm pretty resistant. Touché. Before you came into the show, you were a producer just like me. We used to work together. We were partners. In more ways than one, though. That was forever ago. Living and working on this island was the only life I'd ever known. It sounds awful, but I didn't have a problem with running these shows. They were nothing different. There's nothing different to compare it with. But then I met you. I have no idea what would bring someone like you to this island, but you changed me. She smiled like I'd never seen before. You made me see that there was a world out there that was beautiful. You made me hope that I could be a part of that world one day. And you helped me realize that we needed to shut this place down if we wanted there to be a world out there at all. For years, we worked together to free as many people as we could from these death trap shows. We shipped them away to safety, faked their deaths, everything. We did just that for a time. Then Damien started to suspect something was up. Each day he got closer and closer to figuring out until I knew we couldn't stay any longer. But it was too late by then. Damien caught us. You mean you betrayed me? I can't remember much, but I remember you and we were together. And then you sold me out right when we were trying to escape. Why? Like I said before, I didn't have a choice, and I still don't. I know you have no reason to trust me anymore, and I don't expect you would, but we need each other's help to get off this island now. Since both of us are technically still producers, we can activate the switch if we work together. You don't even have to take Damien down, though I doubt he'd let us use it that easily. Can you trust me enough for that? Honestly, I don't know. Part of me wants to trust Kat, the same part that unconsciously remembers that I did for years and years, but I can never forget that betrayal, even if she had her reasons. Sure, I'll keep an eye on her. When we got back to the mansion, Kat made a beeline for the lab. I ran with her as fast as I could. Our footsteps on the winding metal staircase echoed like a thundering drum. You're about to see the real reason why the show is on this island. Kat took out her musket and slid into a hidden socket in a wall behind one of the tanks. Click. Don't say I didn't warn you. The same wall split into two doors, slowly revealing another hidden staircase. You think you guys could get an elevator instead? I said the same thing. As soon as I took one step down the staircase, I could tell something was different. Something was telling me that I shouldn't go down there. Come on, we don't have time to waste. I've got nothing to lose. With each step down, it grew darker and darker. Eventually, I couldn't even see my hand in front of my face. Then light, blinding light, and applause? Welcome, welcome, you finally made it. Damien's face was plastered over countless screens in a stadium that could fill tens, thousands of people. Countless cameras littered the seats, all focused on the center stage, a battleground sprawling with maze-like walls. All shapes and sizes littered with guns. Thanks to the walls, we couldn't see Damien directly, but we knew he was here from the screens. We wouldn't have a show with you idiots, so I'm glad you actually came back. Nah, man, you couldn't even bring back the others. You're no fun. You really just gotta make me work, huh? Anyway, congrats on making it this far, etc., etc. I gotta say, I'm proud of you for making it here, daughter of mine. I'm impressed that you remembered your old haunt just from a few seconds of the video. No thanks to you, you dirtbag. Is that any way to thank someone who gives you room and board? You gave him the way nicer room than I ever got. Blame your mom for that one, kid. Anyway, how about you be a dear and explain the game we've got going on here? The switch we're looking for is somewhere in here. The problem is, so is Damien, and he's got a gun. More ammunition than it needs to kill both of us. What about the weapons on the ground? Maybe there's something we can use to level the playing field? That's all we can do, but the odds aren't in our favor. Most of the weapons lying around are useless. They were meant to make people lose hope that they could fight back. Most is better than all of them, at least. Well, yes and no. There's no hope to lose if they knew all of them were fake. That's Damien's MO. He'll give the people trapped on the show just enough hope for escape, and he'll use that to trap you. Real guns among the fake ones, boats and planes when you're trapped on an island. If we're going to make it through this, you can't fall for his game, understood? I'm clear. Then let's go. There's no time to waste. We ran from wall to wall, taking cover between each time. Whenever we had the chance, we'd pick up what looked like a gun and see if it was real. We only had seconds to check for each one. Damien was hot on our trail. A gunshot ran out, blowing a hole through the wall. Kat and I were hiding behind. What's the matter? You're like two rats in a lab. He fired again. Shrapnel from the wall scraped my arm. Fuck. It was like my arm had been lit on fire. Hey, you okay? I'll live, don't worry. We need to find a weapon. And we need to find the switch. Ran behind another wall, narrowly dodging another shot from Damien. It dawned on me that he wasn't even trying to hit us, he was trying to make us scared. And it was working, but why? He's reloading, come on. We dashed around from behind a wall, ran past Damien, looking desperately for the switch, burning weapons we could find. I managed to pick up 2 pistols. Kat did the same. Damn, looks like they're all fake too. How's your looking? Took a look at the first one. Upon further inspection, it was clear it was no more than a plastic toy. The second one, Kat realized for the same second I did, it was real with a single bullet loaded. Alright, that's good. Let's... Oh, shit. Another 2 shots rang out, blowing a hole in the wall just next to where my head was a second ago. Fuck, how come he gets that fucking head cannon? The bullet's got to go somewhere, I guess. Anyway, we've got the gun. We tried the only real one in the stadium. We need to find the switch now. Even with a gun, we're no match for him. Sounds good to me. We ran farther through the stadium, opposing the entrance until we were square in the middle of the stadium, and there it was. A switch you'd think they'd have hit it better. Damon's laughter echoed through the arena as he reappeared on the screens above the arena. Congrats, you found the switch. It's a damn shame I forgot to mention something about this switch here. It won't do jack shit, even if you have both have access as long as I've got a heartbeat. And I plan on sticking around, but I'm not heartless. In fact, I think I'm a pretty decent guy for what I'm about to do. Cat looked like she had just seen a ghost. Cat, I got an offer you can't refuse, but only one if you can claim it. If either of you kills the other, I'll let the one left standing go. I'll forget this ever happened, call it a wrap on Find Love or Die Trying. I'll even let the survivor leave the island. I can even guarantee I'm telling the truth because this is airing live to the world right now. People bow down and get in line because I tell them the truth because they know I keep my word. They wouldn't believe me for a second if I ever went back on it, you know. Not a bad deal, huh? Especially considering that if no one takes that offer, I'll just kill both of you. I'm giving you 5 minutes to decide, then I'm coming for you. The screen shut off. Again, I looked at each other, a mix of horror and fear in her face. There was no doubt that mine mirrored hers. I can't imagine what's racing through your head right now. You probably think I'm going to betray you again. I was at a loss for words. You don't have to say anything. Look, I can't blame you for doubting me. And honestly, if you just shot me right now, I'd be okay with it. Because then you'd be free to go. I know Damon will keep his word. But there's even the slightest chance that you want me to be able to escape from here too. Then I need you to ask something that I know sounds insane. What's that? I need you to give me the gun. The only real one we've got. Look, I'm not stupid enough to know how that sounds. The simple reality is, I've known you for so long now. The one thing I know about you is that you're a terrible shot. Me, I'm as good as you can get in this island. I think I'm our best bet at taking him down. But I understand completely if you're not willing to trust me. If you think I'm lying, I get it. If you don't trust me, she'll close her eyes and press her fingers against her forehead. And please, just make it quick. The gun in my hands, I never felt so heavy. On one hand, I guarantee that I can make it out of here alive, and on the other, trusting Cat. Can I trust Cat after all she's done to me? Can I really believe her words when the memories that can prove or deny them are lost to me? I've got no time. I've got to choose. It's, of course, I got... You know what? Let's trust Cat this one last time. I trust you, Cat. I held out the gun to her. You do? After everything I've done, after everything you've done, yes, I still trust you. I know you've been forced to do some awful things to people that didn't deserve it, but I know that there's good in you, and I believe in that good. Take it. Thank you. She took the gun from my hands. I won't let you down. Well, if you do, it's not like I'll be around for long enough to regret it. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's do this. We decided to seek Damon out and try to get the drop on him, rather than waiting for him at the switch. My heart was practically beating out of my chest. I couldn't tell if Cat was as nervous as I was. If she was, she hit it with the same poker face she always had. We dashed to another wall for cover, looked around and repeated, "How much time has passed? It feels like we've been looking for him for hours with the pressure, though I know it can't be more than a few minutes." As the minutes passed by, I could tell Cat was growing more and more impatient. She turned her gun wherever she looked, her trigger finger ready to shoot our only bullet at any time. Left, right. I glanced around and then looked to her and back again. Her hands were shaking. Looked left, looked right. We only got one shot to make her break it. Looked back at the Cat. She's checking a corner ahead of us. She looks left, she looks right. It takes everything I have to stay focused. Don't think about dying, not even the possibility. She turns to look back at me. Oh no. Damien's walking closer and closer from behind her with his gun resting on his shoulder. Can't be more than 10 meters away. He slowly lifts the gun off from its resting position. Before I know it, I'm running towards her with everything I have. Something is making me run, something I've forgotten, something I'm just starting to remember. It's the two of us at the beach, I can see it now. How many hours has it been? We made it to the ship, but it wasn't enough. The alarms were deafening. Security was going to be here any minute. And our only saving grace in our ship wouldn't start. That's it then. I've never heard Kat ever sound so desperate. Well, at least you tried, right? Who else can say that? She lowered her head and leaned on me. No, we're not giving up just yet. There's nothing we can do. The engine's broken and the guards will be here any minute. We've got at least some weapons. It's not over yet. We grabbed the precious few firearms we had and split them between us. There's 2 of us and hundreds of them. There's no point. Not to mention you're a terrible shot. You're right, taking them head on would be suicide, but that's not what you'd be doing. Me, I'm just some nobody, but you're the big manslaughter after all. Your word means a lot to them. She was horrified. I'd be too if I was in her shoes right now. No, I won't let you do this. We don't have a choice. Look around. Look, I'm not happy either, but us both dying here would be worthless. But if you live, you get a second chance to make it out of here. A second chance to see the other side. I know, but what's the point if it's not with you? You'll have to find that out yourself. They're almost here. Come on, we're running out of time. Her hands were shaking. It looked like she was going to drop her gun any second. I hate you for this, you know. I know, and I'm sorry. She slowly raised her arms and trained the gun sights directly at me, and now we wait. Can you do me a favor? What's that? Don't shoot the face, please. I'm rather proud of it. I don't know what I'd do without my supernaturally good looks. She laughed through the tears. I would have still loved you even without them. Right back at you, Kat. She kissed me for the last time. I love you. I love you too. Sorry, but it's gonna be the face. Let me just take off the safety. Wait, I didn't sign up for this. I heard my favorite sound one last time. I could hear the guards coming. We've only seconds left. On the bright side, I won't owe you $10. Or bet. She laughed. I think it's pretty clear who won the bet. I can see the guards saying my time is up. What makes you say you did it? I'm alive? Everything hurts so bad I almost wish I wasn't. Chuck must have knocked me out cold. Caught to blood and my vision flashed in and out rapidly, too fast to tell if I'd been fatally shot. It was all I could do to try to stay conscious. Sexy said, Father, anyone who breaks our law must be punished. I could just barely make out her voice, but it brought comfort to me. You really do take after me. You made your old man very, very proud. Oh, will you look at that? Looks like our little hero's got some life left. You know, you're in luck. Seeing the whole escaping thing, I'm afraid I'm going to have to fire you. No severance. I tried to make a witty comeback, but the only thing that came out of my mouth was coughed up blood. But you're in luck, a new opportunity just opened up, and I think kicked me in the stomach, then rolled me over with his foot. You'd be the perfect fit. He laughed as he caressed my palm under his foot. You might think I won't soften you by not killing you outright. He looked down at me and then back at her. But mark my words, you'll both wish I had. Do whatever you want. I don't care about him anymore. He laughed maniacally. Never did like him much anyway. Your vision's fading, words turned to vapors. I could feel myself crumple into nothing. The thing I saw was her face. She was holding the roof of her back with everything she had. Who are you going to fool with a poker face like that? Kat, I love you, always have and always will. So sorry for what I forced you to do. Even more so, I'm sorry that you'd be all alone now. But I hope one day you'll understand. Flashback to reality, I'm off Wall Street's Kat. Push myself to run faster and faster than I've ever run in my life. Kat doesn't see him, but she sees the alarm going off in my eyes. Damien points his gun at his daughter. He's preparing to take the shot. Kat starts to turn around, but there's no time. Damien's finger pulls back on the trigger. What am I doing? I see the world turn to slow motion. Why am I throwing away my life for Kat? These memories are mine, yet not at the same time. Who can say I'm the same person as before? Who loved her so much? Who can say if these memories were a completely different me compared to what I am now? There's no time for answers. I've never forgotten you over and over. Somehow I remember you, and I know that I would do anything for you. I would run past Kat, throw myself in front of her, because I love her. A gunshot rings out. It's like my body is struck by lightning instead of flame. He fires again and again. Undescribable pain ripples across my body as shot after shot rips through me. It's not like the movies where somebody can stand after being shot over and over. The firing stops and my vision starts to fade. I can barely hear him reloading after this of the sound of my body screaming in agony. My knees buckle. I start to fall. As I fall, I can see Kat with her gun trained on Damien. There's no fear in her eyes. Her hands aren't shaking, but she's biting her lips so hard that I can see it bleeding. The last thing I see before the dark takes me is her finger pressing down on the trigger. Wake up. Please, please don't die. What's happening? Am I alive? I never heard her sound so desperate. Please, just wake up. I can't lose you again, not again. Took everything I had just to open my eyes and breathe. Kat was cradling me in her arms with tears streaming down her face. Thank God, don't pass out again. You almost gave me a heart attack. Sorry, Kat. I coughed up blood. Save your strength. Did you get him? We did. It's great. The switch. You should be able to get it now, but you're in no shape to walk. And to be honest, I'm not in the best shape either. I looked up at her and felt my heart drop. You've been shot. She laughed. Yeah, now that I know what it feels like, I'm even more sorry for shooting you back then on the beach. There was nothing else you could have done, Kat. That didn't stop me from regretting it every second of these past 2 years. The day I made a promise to myself. It didn't matter how many people I'd have to hurt or how much I would have to hurt. I would get you off this island alive and well, even if it was the last thing I did. Even if I had to see you fall in love with somebody else 100 times. Even if I knew it meant I could never be with you again. I made a promise back then, and I'll keep it even if it kills me. Slowly, Kat tries to lift me off the ground and onto her back. She screamed and coughed up blood as she tried to lift me up. Stop, you're going to get yourself killed. That's exactly what I'm going to do. She lifted me onto her back and took one step backwards toward the switch. I told myself back then. She stepped forward again, her legs were trembling, that if you weren't leaving this island alive, neither would I. Another step closer. Because I love you, you know? One more step. I know you don't remember most of our time together. Her breath was getting ragged. She'd take several steps and had to pause for breath. Honestly, I'm glad you even remember bits and pieces. I'm grateful for whatever I can get. The switch is in sight. Maybe the year I fell in love with doesn't even exist anymore. I'm so close to it yet so far. But I'd like to believe it's still you. That you're still the same, that one that I fell in love with. We were just steps away from the switch. That I'm still the one you love. She laughed bitterly. It's just wishful thinking, I know. We were here. We're here, we made it. You just... She coughed up blood again. Need to put your hand on the scanner. Can you do that? Got it. I used the last of my strength to reach my hand forward. With every inch I drew closer to it, my vision grew darker. I pushed harder and harder with everything I had. Got it. My turn. Done. All that's left is to pull the switch. Sorry, I'm gonna have to put you down for a second. No problem. Kat gently rested me on the ground. Fuck, I can barely stand now. She stumbled toward the switch. She managed to catch it with her hands and used it to keep herself upright. Here we go. The moment we all been waiting for. She pulled it with the last of her strength. A second later, she fell to the ground by my side. The cacophony of machinery filled the stadium. That must be the barrier opening. We did it. I'm sorry. What for? I don't think we're getting out of here after all. I can't even move. It's okay. You had a good run, you know? I guess you could say that. At least the girls will be able to get out of here. They deserve better than to die here. Yeah. I love you. Always have and always will. For these last 2 years, I dreamed of us starting a new life together somewhere far away. But I guess life's not like the movies. I've been recording for so long, I'm so tired. Dreams don't come true. I wish we could have met in a different place and a different time. Maybe then we... Kat? Her eyes were closed. Streams of tears ran down from both her eyes. My vision blurred even more. Tears welled up in my eyes. If we could have met in a different place, a different time, I'm sure our story would have been so different. I wish we could have, Kat. I tried to move closer to her, but my body refused. It was all I could do to move my head around. I looked around in futility for some kind of miracle that could save us both. This is too sad an ending. I looked at Kat. I looked at the heavens, which had all but abandoned us. Looked behind us. I saw what could only be described as angels. I tried to speak, but no words would come out. I must be dreaming. I must be. The world turned to black. Am I dead? If I keep asking myself that, it's bound to be right sooner or later. But somehow I think there's more to come in my story. And I know there's one person that I want to spend the rest of it with. I love you. You really gotta make a big old choice right here. Here's the thing. I want to obviously the right answer is Cat, but I kind of want to say Violet because of how much she doesn't have. Cat's dead, I think, probably. I say Violet. Violet. I woke up in an unfamiliar room. Is the room shaking? Tried to get up. Oh, fuck. I looked down at my body. I've been bandaged up and to look like a mummy, but I'm alive. Violet. Look, I'm back. I know you'd make it, but you had me for a second. You know me, I'd like to keep things interesting. It's great to see you again, Violet. Likewise. I'm not sure what I would have done if I lost you. I've grown attached, you might say. I'm sure the others would to know you're alright. A moment, please. Violet left the room, then came back a few moments later. Oh my gosh, you're okay. I'm so glad to see you're alright. You really didn't make it easy to save you either. Oh, and if you find yourself craving brains or bananas, that's entirely unrelated to how I treated you. I'm just happy it worked. If you died after all we've been through, I'd kill you. But I'm really happy that you're here for me to say that too. What I think we're trying to say is, we're glad you're okay. You know, the Resistance could use someone like you. Besides, it doesn't look like you have a real job anymore, huh? I'll have to think on that. Thanks, guys. Let's look at your next to save Cat and I could never thank you enough. It's what you would do for us. We ran after you two just moments after you've left. There's no point in us escaping if it wasn't with you. Yeah, I know Cat said not to, but hey, I didn't remember that other time, so it's all good. By the way, Cat's doing well too. She's resting in the room next door. Oh, so I probably should have chosen Cat, maybe. No, it's fine. We even managed to save the Brothers 5 too. I couldn't just let them be stranded after all that we've been through together. It's great news. Thanks for letting me know. You should be thanking you. None of us would have made it off the island if it weren't for you and Cat. It's true, despite whatever you may hear Tara say. I'm just saying I have a pretty mean Larry hook. It's so good to see you all. You've got no idea what the world ahead has for each of us, but whatever it has in store, we'll face it together. You bet. I'm surprised you can say that with a straight face, but yes, I wouldn't have it any other way. I could really use you as a PR person for the Resistance. You've got a thing for speeches. Wait a minute, if everyone's here and Cat's next door, who's driving the boat? Everyone looked at Tara. And that's a series exit for Terabyte. She ran off like a cartoon character. We laughed together. It felt like it had been so long since we could just laugh. No cameras, no fear, just friends fooling around. Anyway, it's so good to see you're okay. I said, team, we need to give him some time to rest. Once again, I'm not trying to quarantine you because we didn't use a zombie virus's unique properties to save you. Thanks, Scarlet, and thank you everybody for coming to see me. Don't mention it. We're all in this together and all that, right? See you later. Alright, enough of the cheese. Get out before he needs rest. Yes. And with that, I was alone. Well, I thought they'd never leave. Hey, Scarlet, what's up? Nothing, she was hiding a syringe behind her rack. Need to give you a shot for good luck. Right. I put my arm out forward. Well, the doctor knows best. I'm not a doctor. She injected the good luck into my arm. I just wanted to say thanks again. My life went off the rails back on the island, even before the show. That's putting it lightly. She laughed. I know if I stayed here, I never would have been truly happy for the rest of my life. I never would have been able to help people ever again. So, thank you again. You've been out, so there's no way you know, but today's the day that would have been the last day of the show, the final ceremony, where you asked one of the girls to be with you. Now, I'm not saying I was rushing for a proposal, but I think there's somebody waiting for you up on the deck. She's a keeper, so you better treat her right. Thanks, Charlotte, I will. She kissed me on the cheek. Don't mention it. And then I was alone in the room. It's time to go see her. I reached for the door, and a second later she opened it. Hey. Should you not be resting? Probably, but I won't stand for it. Here, let me help you back to the bed. Thanks, Violet. I put my arm around her, and she walked with me back to the bed. I want to talk to you. At first I wanted to wait until later, but I've learned some things just cannot wait. Oh, I had to see you no matter what. Why's that? First, I wanted to thank you. If it weren't for you, I would have never left that island alive. Right back at you, Violet. You gave us hope when we'd all given up. Compared to that, I didn't do too much. I could not have done it if it weren't for your supporting me all this time. You could have helped me through so much, and much more grateful. I'm more grateful than I could ever express. You helped me realize there's no such thing as a guarantee. The world we live in, the things we believe in, whether or not we will survive another day, they could all be taken away in an instant. I'm positive none of us ever planned to be on a show like this now. I think so. And if this is the way the world is, then there's nothing more important than making the most of every moment. That's all we have. It's true. She took a deep breath. More than anything, I want to share all these moments to come with you. Like you've been there for me, I want to make you smile when you want to cry. I want to make you as happy as you make me every day. Because what I'm trying to say is, I love you. Will you be mine and only mine? I love you too, Violet. It'd be my pleasure to be yours. Will you be mine for always if you will have me? I couldn't help but smile. You beat me to asking you. I was going to find you and ask you out. I suppose great minds think alike. Perhaps I am making a little more of the moments than you are, no? I laughed. I don't know about that. I pulled Violet close and kissed her on the lips. She kissed me back passionately as if it were our last. For a moment, time stood still. All that mattered was Violet and I. It was bliss. I'm looking forward to the moments to come with you. I couldn't be happier. You took the words right out of my mouth. Here's to the moments we'll share, Violet. I love you. This is the end. I think it is the end. Thanks for playing. Thank you for making this great game. Despite the fact that I spent almost 2 hours recording this last episode. But yeah, that was the finale for Find Love or Die Trying. This, I'm still amazed that this is a free game. How much time and it's such a good game, and I encourage you to play it yourself if you want to, because again, it's free. I don't have anything else to say. If you stuck around for all of this, especially this long-ass episode, long-ass finale episode, then thank you. And I do hope you check out other stuff I do. And as usual, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And see you next time. Bye-bye.